Brahma miam is a weird one. Who's it? Lumba si fie akasia say 3 or 4 Kumasi. So inti mamiam is a weird ye chema Fosti any Akobrims. And Akobrims got torn in the end so the top as I say or Accra one can't check what you for you. One can't lumba. And Okoton assassin. Okoton if you know. Into your tone fear now or bar so Baba Toss I say or Accra no. And Langas for near and Omuyana says kind of she and a she lumba. A shilumba, Emma lumba catcher and say, and then a one who baba yes I didn't cry one more man near. So, Anka catch me, Anka would the don't cry we now giscano. Catch him say will be a bra, be perceive a sifia and perceive beto few are crying, say na maye. Na uniano or more because at least already onim crofo akra onim the way out or the bebo one can't tell no. Si can she no, crown one can't tell no, and a okoti will be ano. Dear she lumba. Inti ofi lumba fi hono kra no wan kra kwadwo fusu. Opa asem we bisa o maame.
Life in Ghana TV to share na fofo enya bi enhwe. De enti a edumre bi ne ase lumba woni eyema Akosua Brempomaa enye fa bi ne nam so a na Faustina Fosu lumba emfa ne ho ni nyina eye nsekuro bi ekọ ma Akosua Brempomaa ke kansem efa Faustina Fosu ni kire da lumba no ene ma ne kọ lumba ni oyema eye Brempomaa nyamopoma ani anso brafo ye nua mema bi e na chese o ma ba be chensemu e de che no se evidence die owo bi audio so ahodo ma Akosua Brempomaa de ensem bia o makeka no ni nyina e wo no a chese ne as time goes on no what is audio ni nyina e be ba beto social media so o se de Akosua Brempomaa ye ya e ma ne ye da lumba ni se lumba bra lumba to efie miensa okumase a ena chese o de ma ne maame ani nua mai ena Brempomaa de anumode sika ni brenti ope bia koto pokre asra ena okoko eton ni fie alumba de ma no so de koto asase won kran no de koto fie won kran wanka nche lumba ena nkran ze langare for de na chichiri siga jini sika ma sika ne hye sika ne hye so wantimi amolumba ma na ese lumba eno ekote ye se na nua ba na ye na ye se meme na matimi asifia na matofia ma Kumasi na ese me na lumba no magimi se minim nyansa se koto ofie ma wo de ope Accra ukwa koto de ni oni e ma esi lumba edwa Akosua Brempomaa edurumre bi Akosua Brempomaa ba lumba okrampo a ni emani enwuram ye mie gate security mie gate ma no e ma eye Akosua Brempomaa ewura fie nim eno ho tan ero de tan odobroni na adwe ni so odobroni ne tutu nsem edi gu lumba asum that time no bibusa se de we na lumba si pa Akosua Brempomaa asema de se lumba man so edi kopie mu oja ma ni nyina anso Akosua Brempomaa ni lumba wuye wantimi afre ni akoye se lumba ni adeda ni wantimi afre ni ehu se lumba eni esi ni ohayi wantimi amani ni suo anso from ava manu abema no ebusua brother CD o ma bronsem so edi akere ya enya asem Akosua Brempomaa esi enche wodi ohweba be gu abontene de edi na afei ena penkura duranom wawu ato lumba yemonram enkotie ensem ni na emra
Mamika secret betra we secret to windows ni mo. Well, Brahma miam is a weird one. Who's it? Lumba si fie akasia say 3 or 4 Kumasi. So inti mamiam is a weird ye chema Fosti any Akobrims. And Akobrims got torn in the end so the top as I say or Accra one can't check what you for you. One can't lumba. And Okoton assassin. Okoton if you know. Into your tone fear now or bar so Baba Toss I say or Accra no. And Langas for near and Omuyana says kind of she and a shilumba. A shilumba, Emma lumba catcher and say, and then a one who Baba yes I didn't cry one more man near. So, Anka catch me. Anka would the don't cry we now giscano. Catch him say will be a bra, be perceive be sifia and perceive beto few are crying, say na maye. Na uniano or more because at least already onim crofo akra onim the way out or the bebo one can't tell no. Si can she no, crown one can't tell no, and okote will be ano. nti she lumba nti ofi lumba fi ho no kra no wankra kwadofosu opa asem we bisa o maame wankra nti she kwadofosu papa so yes adia
He won't come out for that person to see him.
so she no nti eno ena ema o tu kwan a obae no kwadofosu amfi no because ufifie kura no ufi ho akọ no wankra no na ukobae no na afi na usan ba ho na unim wanten
Lumba do chi kwata sempa
unim wanten one CCTV camera na ufie ho minim ba bia kwadofosu gu akoto the CCTV camera no upiwo unam lane na oba we hu da
Ewo.
we hu da nti se uyo obi a obese ono kasa dia ubedu ho no wa instruct say yembie gate no but
Once na bedu ni gate
na no kra no na wa hu se wo ba nti eno ne yedi akọ brims a shit eno aso ne yedi yakim pon no sadia na no budi yakim pon ane ayi papa shi wo watu kwa ba na seb watu kwa ba na sebi daddy ama baby na dwojo ho a afi wo de fi ho ba be prayer camp babodam
Bismarck said even his plantains has cameras.
aha oh
Ona baby ao. Baby a.
wow what you going to my bani ama baby say logic akra o de fi ho ba be prayer camp ye go ka ba bi di kwasa
And Ashina must say, I know now who you know. They said the person to that Papa she. Opo onyaya sa.
o say unia enya mami Akosua amesa anchen na obetena he na kodofusu hu mo bono de oba akra o sorry a o ma ba bi dwo ho
Enu anu no ku.
o ma ba bi ndwo kra je unia masa
Papa no, mama papa no, me sure.
say lumba betena Ghana no wa ye successful no ni
obobra so ni
no dim say lumba ye successful betena Ghana no nti eniama na papa she ka kire say hwe ja na ukunu osei and I say
ana man be Lucifer na ni bre
enu when the brain and odi no ye enu when the brain no Akosua se wa de no ye na sebi we pia kwadu a sebe bia kwa hwe de amfa ho afia na we hu se wa mistake
emfa ho
afia na we hu se wa mistake me see yembisa se sebi ememe wa bruchiri kura dodo ahe ena omuni omo partners eni omo yiri mu jaya obutumi hwe omo mba te se na lumba hwe ne ma emema dodo
oh yes smart pa lumba yes smart
Omo ku bebre no mu ntiri hwe omo ba old cargo lady
Kevin and Denise, your child qualifications or mukra, your qualifications are umkraya. Ube Janet, because Kofi no he Mumisa Kofi. In Kualano, they are learned. And Kualano, they are learned.
Omo mudi nkra to omo mudu se na abobra te se de wa nkra na abo
Kofi
kana kabium obekom na abo de chese I don't know
Erana your friend Denise ni wa ho me kashe nyame anu nyam se e mario bebre wo including Queen Emma obetuma hwe no
na so mo ya obi o mo ya adwuma na Queen Emma na abra papa be no mbo na buruchire ho
Denise betuma hwe Queen Emma
abra papa be no mo bo
Denise obetuma hwe Queen Emma
so abra no mo bo no
obi a bank kura ko bankrupt they consult her na o say we ready na kopo o dia edu ba bia han makoto bomb me Anybody be where before? Depending be where.
Omo na egu ase enum ase na aka om. Omo enum ase na aka om. Omo betena Germany wa na za ayi friends en. Asante Queen de on tena ho ehu. E ho na betena ewu.
Oh, I'm there say.
Yeah, because omo to omo nansi ya bechi om.
Senior brigade.
Omo ya imagine omo twa U10 but omo ya den ya bechi omo.
Senior me say me pese me ne Kevin Krakasa. So see you Ashanti Queen. You beji scam man. Obi see you Ashanti Queen or Germany wa.
Amontra wa omba bomrewa o because had
Ashanti Queen there. Ashanti Queen there Germany wa ni be see you. Be see you no Germany wa. Then ni beba no so. So why na just on back Ghana bi.
Sisi why no so twa U10. Bebre na twa U10.
Oh.
So the be be fi.
Ne recording so there. Kofi. Kofi ne recording so dey go where. Who about to go there?
What's it winning now?
Who about to go there?
Alex.
External drive. 8 terabytes.
8 terabytes.
No, bro.
A car bano.
Nti. Omo recordings in there wa ha say pocho.
Omo ntra ho a, omo hu so ma because you need to tell her, you need back to tell her home. The Brunei, you tell no, every name obedient at my end, and I'm the share, or no obedient at who and I could do a diatro to Bizo, or no so be diatroton to Mano and Yamo Casa. And I'm so bon. Yamodio been the Yamode, but Yadiamu Yamoya. Montana, Nipa, or didn't Dean Cojinema, no, I'm a cotton butcher on the Missumano. Because what might be my better.
Say, Biana, Sikana the tunity sono. Obey Sikana to Yamo Monty.
What to me to ya? And also, I can also Yamon.
So when you went to Canada on a Ghana, tin time through. Now, even when you say, Uchesicano Crana, still case in the Bayer civil case. This other brody decided on pursue case in the view. Now, Okaso pursue criminal case, you know, Uchiasa a bill, the man and I say, we need that so now.
Not as the young man in church the moon. Any at him, the same look I said, Akosua Brempomaa soon with Jim, the twat, Obisuna kind of Tiguanum, Enche, and any audio soon, the free double boy in a crowd here, a kit to be the brothers, ye de bad dear, any what tia. But one missa, any lumba, was some other, your ballroom, also social media, and see just somewhere trendy, a honum.
I've been on it say. Watch you.
I never miss Queen Amasia better.
Now then, of course, we didn't order my patch of my boy vision for what I've been on Casacra.
Oh, Monkoma Moody now. Oh, okay. Really, dear, I think it's they delayed on seeking the courts for an injunction. Maybe they underestimated what she could do, or they thought with all the issues surrounding, she may have held on. But I'm quite expert. I can't still be quite expert. I mean, say it is without notice to the other party. Usually, you go expert when there is an exigent, like there is an emergency.
Right.
Okay, so the other party the notice a bit delay. So you go without notice the other party. I heard you guys talking about the Busiapini one and this one and the service and all that. That particular one, both parties were in court. And then the order was made. And then the other party made the court aware that I have extended this amount so far. That was when the court came back to make the ruling that, okay, if this person has spent this money, if you are able to provide that person with that money, then the funeral can be halted. This particular one was an S-party application, so it was without notice to Adwa. So they were in court alone.
But also say but then Akosua so no be filing for injunction. One no way before. No train yana.
America say maybe they underestimated. Maybe he underestimated his sister, or probably he may have thought, say, with all the issues going on, or maybe sister a better train. So I mean, you know, but when they realized that she was serious, that the 30th date was still going to come on, and Momarashi call court on an ex parte application, the injunction was granted. The next step is to save. And the reason why I'm saying say omo ye late kakrano service no. So you have to personally serve the injunction on the person. But if you're unable, when it becomes practically impossible for you to serve the notice, then you have to come back to court and ask court to grant you an order for you to serve the person by way of substituted service. So substituted service, they say opese odebema nipa na WhatsApp and that's all the back of bot nipa na dan ho nti bo say yeah, sometimes services we bo say they bot nkofo na dan ho yeah sorry kwa enye obeko back to court but court you should be able to explain to the court say it has become practically impossible for you to serve the order. So the court, and then you have to prove it. First, you call any bailiff, call any yankotono, bailiffs are call you bailiff, and usually I can say 3 times. Okay. But the law didn't really give a threshold. But usually it should be more than it should be 3 before you can say that it has become practically impossible for you to serve. But looking at the time now, J order a year was, I think, 2 days or a day after.
No, it was
right?
a day after, I mean, next day. It was a next day event.
Yes, so they couldn't have even gone to court to say that it has become practically impossible to serve her. So please give us an order for substituted service for us to serve her via WhatsApp. Oh, internet late kakra. In you can say in terms of equity, they say equity does not favor the indolent. Even equity does not favor Obia or Chema Imre
Brempomaa and I said
Brempomaa the right one sign or try so enforce. Maybe they could have gone to court maybe much earlier, maybe 5 days or 4 days or maybe even 3 days prior, so that they can try the service and then go back to court and say that it has become practically impossible to serve the other person. So
now, do you think when they file for contempt, there's possibility say omobe winning case, you know, and I say win here at this time?
Oh, for me, I think that where all these issues has gotten to, the parties, they should forget about legalities and sit as a family. And sit as a family, because you and I will agree that for a person such as Apostle, of such a man of such repute, what he has done, how he has revolutionized industrialization in Africa, not just in Ghana, the kind of issues that made his funeral and the kind of funeral that he had, you and I, let's put everything aside and just have a conversation as logical beings. This is not the kind of funeral that Apostle deserved. Our joyous bosses were not even there. Bawumia was not there. Leadership in parliament were not there. But these are people that still backs her. Adjoa still calls Bawumia her boss. There was no representation. Even if Bawumia wasn't there in person, there could have been somebody there in his regards.
Do you think Abner, let's look at the like you saying the bosses were not there. Do you think say probably the bosses even equally advised her, say, you know what, there's been an injunction, so it be any pay your position, it be could me affect politically in be crying, but it be do you think say all these people that we know say they could have come to the funeral and honor Apostle do you think say probably they spoke to her and advised her say Unjayana?
You and I do not have this fact, so let's put that aside. But even as logical beings, with all the issues that were going on, even you wouldn't have been there. because you may think that violence may erupt or anything could have happened. Do you get it? And even looking at Christo Asafo, their membership, the numbers they have, the branches they have, if really Christo Asafo even wanted to show up without any other external person, there would have even been a stampede at the funeral. The numbers that would have showed up at the funeral wouldn't have been the numbers that were buzzed there. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I think that sometimes na the legalities, no egos, no emotions, no front to aside, and then they should have considered their father's reputation and everything that their father lived for. I am not old.
Abena, let's look at Akosua. Do you think Akosua will easily let this go or bypass?
It looks like he is willing. From like just a little that I see and hear, it looks like he is leaning towards reconciliation, but I do not know what the other party has against him. But it also looks like all these issues that are going on are not issues that merely started after their father had died. You could see that there is a certain bone of contention between the siblings, which probably has not been solved, and over time has grown. So they may be trigger causes, but there is also a root cause. Usually the bones say sometimes obi bibia obeka say na de kitikiti yo ye ne na omana react sa no ebi ade kitikiti no ye ne trigger cause, but ebi a root cause na kasa wo ho enti kitikiti na ne pa ne ye ne na be trigger root cause no. So you could clearly, there is sibling rivalry. You can tell, say, there is sibling rivalry. Ebia papa nanka sampo no. Manu sisimina so ebia he did not take. I cannot say for a fact.
Yeah.
But if it has festered to this kind of baby duno with everything that is happening in the media and everything that is happening, then it means that I feel that Apostle in a way should have put his house in order. Should have put his house in order. Because
let's look at how's his name? Ajua. Yes, she did the funeral. She did. Whatever she was, even though it wasn't. The best, but she did her part. Do you think she's content at this time?
She's content with what she has done.
Content of court.
Are you saying, is she in contempt of court, or she's content with what she's done?
With what she's done.
Oh, of course, that is what she wanted to do. So of course she will be satisfied within herself. Say, she is. Of course she is. Looking at her reaction and everything that has happened these 2 days, I can say that what she set her mind to, she's been able to achieve it. So voila, what not? She's content. Why wouldn't she be content?
Well, you need botumba. What share expenses are? And in your ma ya. Now we share enfaswa anasika etimi ebetimi. But do you think say ubetimi ate a car or boy?
Oh, meaning to me, sure. But you see, earlier she wrote a letter to the church and the brother. Says she's also willing. She's also willing to come on board for them to have whatever agreement they needed to have. But she has extended this amount of X amount of money, 3.7 million Ghana cedis. And then she would send the inventory. That was what was contained in the letter. She says she will send the inventory and itemize everything she has done that accrued to that 3.7 million. And then if they will be able to give her that money, fine. He will allow them to go ahead and then have the funeral their way. But one way or the other, that particular letter got leaked in the media and they retracted. You get it?
I know senka funeral no kabeko. And then I'm wanko.
And I make sure any reasonable person is because one, I value my life. And even with all the issues that are going on and everything, I fear that something may have happened. A violence can erupt at the funeral. And then things may not go the way it should have gone. And probably that could be the reason why all other meaningful people decided not to get close to the funeral. Maybe they would have given her their support backstage. Amber Freno, you know we cannot show our face because of this and that, but we are behind you. Whatever there is that you need, we are going to give our support to you, but we will not show face. And that is why I'm saying that Apostle did not deserve this. They should have sat as siblings, devoid of emotions, devoid of egos, devoid of even legalities. Sit as siblings, sit as a family, and then give this man the honor that he deserved. Because the man himself had even, you can say, were invested into the afterlife. Into the mumpo. Just say, Nipa will know, unknown to me, he has no power to do whatever he wants to do. But wherever he even wants to be rested, he has already made provision for that. So this is not how you should honor him. This is not how you should honor a man of such repute. No.
Did you for once see this coming, Abena?
Oh, I was thinking that at a point, maybe in Pennyfobi Baby, even if they still do not agree, the funeral never basso, but not a one-sided funeral like you see. I saw any much. You cannot say I just solely did the funeral like she unilaterally did the funeral. No, she also had some of the family members on her side, and she had an aspect of the members on her side too. So she had some backing. She had family backing, she had church backing. And then Akosua also has a part of Nkaino. What I say? Yeah. I did not see this coming. I didn't really foresee it coming though, but I think we were all taken by surprise. I'm sure Akosua himself was taken by surprise. And the issues that we are even getting to know was that the body was not even at transitions. That's what they are saying, that at a later time they took the body from transitions to a different place. So and that would also have an effect on the injunction that they went for, because the injunction was supposed to affect Adjoa and transitions. So if the body was not a transition, then that injunction on transition will not have any effect, because at the time that you got that order, the body was not with us. But I cannot tell for a fact if indeed the body was not still there or the body was moved to another facility.
Do you believe Apostle is buried? Finally.
I'll reserve my comment on that.
Okay. Are you expecting, say, Akosua will also do something to honor his dad?
He held a Zoom meeting today. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Zoom ID to join to get to know what his next steps are. Maybe probably tomorrow we will get to know what was discussed in that Zoom meeting. He said he was going to have a Zoom meeting to address some issues. I'm not privy to the meeting. I wasn't in the meeting, and I have not seen snippets of it either in the media. So until I get to hear what his next steps are, I cannot preempt. Yeah.
What do you think the feeling or what Akosua was going on in Akosua's head at the time that the funeral, 3 days ago and yesterday? What do you think was going through his mind?
Maybe shock, because after the injunction, he came out. There were two presses. Her sister did her presser and said the funeral was going to come on. He also did his presser and said that the funeral was not going to come on. So he was even advising members of the Christos Affirmation not to even bother picking cars from wherever they are to come to that funeral. So if the funeral indeed came on, maybe it could be that some elders may have spoken to him backdoor and asked him to just allow his sister have a way. And then the other people, her sister and the other family and church members have their way. Maybe he was spoken to, because if indeed truly he wasn't spoken to, he also have members who could have also gone there. He also equally have supporters who could have equally also gone there to go and cause violence. But I think one thing that Adjoa did, that Eboano, and then the fact say J license of security for no, because those were the security that were guarding Akonfina. Those were the security guys that were guarding the museum as well and the church. So when their licenses were with you,
so nobody was okay. I see. Okay, I see.
Basically, now I be
Okay,
you get it.
Right.
So
okay. Right now, Akofana said the canon. Unim de bekoso in the next year. Share few months ago. I think it's about a month ago or over a month ago. And yete say your shooty a year ajwa. Seeing her yesterday, 3 days ago, what came to your mind when you saw her?
oh, when it comes to issues like this, obi accident, right? You don't see any physical cuts on their bodies, but then they can spend almost virtually all their life in the hospital fighting for one issue or the other, maybe internal bleeding or something. So I cannot physically, I'm not a medical person, and for that matter, I cannot physically look at her and say that there is nothing wrong with her or there is something wrong with her or she's fingering whatever is wrong with her. Doctors handled her. If there is nothing wrong, there are medical reports, there are history and everything. If there is nothing wrong with her, the doctor should come out and let us know. If there is something wrong with her, she spent quite some time at the hospital. Actually, it was a day no be address say was the day after the incident happened. So all this while, where has she been? She said she's been receiving treatment, right? So I per se cannot physically look at her to say bibi and anase bibi anyano. And I'll be very wrong because I do not have any backing. I do not have any medical backing to that effect. And then America say we be too many accidents. Ne actually a very car somersault mu. Insuna only car to be our no. Insuna o problem. So that one day in the doctors for a share no in the beating actually the extent of the damage that was caused her by the incident that happened when she went to her brother's house.
Kofna has come out several times to say we try to reach her out to Ajwa so that they could speak or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think Akofna at this from that time and the whole thing that happened is remorseful?
I think that Adjo has denied this assertion. She has also come up with her side. She said, "Waka say, Sakofunaka say, wakoko mpenyufo bi enim." So she mentioned Kufo to go and seek reconciliation. Akofina is not telling the truth because he actually went there to go and rather invite them to ononi funuana or but he did not go there to go and ask them to call Adjoa for a reconciliation. So this is Akofina's word against Adjoa's word. See, the siblings should just sit. They should just sit. Now a greater part of the harm has been caused. But if we don't take care, probably so they should just sit in penifo busianimu. Omonjai said obi influence obi wo sika obi wo tumi obi didn't influence. They should stop that. In penifo ne we busianimu no so no. Omontumi ne nkola ne ntina. Omontumi ne nkola ne ntina na ne aka ewe nim no. Omontumi hwe no monka na asomdwe bra because me na me kan ya wo me am be nim apostle Joseph no. Me nti krase oni obi kre nya issue da. Minted metin in car and be all the new technology be about out. Metin in car or yard or ye, metin in car or ye way or ye say. Maintain posse on your big crania rival put that. So for a man of such nature to die and these issues, no, he doesn't deserve it. The children should know that their father do not deserve whatever is going on in the media. Their interest is not bigger than that of their father's legacy. Their father's legacy outweighs everything of them. Even Adjoa himself can say for a fact, say Senye Christo Asafufwa, or no Adjoa Asafwa and MP, because they passed them into that constituency to come and register They pass them there to come and register. Most of the constituents in the books of the Electoral Commission at Dwami Kwabena do not even stay in that constituency. You form other branches of Christ as a formation to come there. So if your father has been able to do all this for you, at least, massage your egos, massage your emotions. You may have a problem with your brother. You see, you may have problems with your brother, but let's massage all these egos and all these emotions. And let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the legacy. The man's legacy. Is your interest bigger than the man's legacy? Is our confidence interest bigger than the man's legacy? No. And that is where we have to start off from. But it looks like some people have influence, some people also have the money, and then they've been able to draw people onto their side to orchestrate whatever they want to do. That is so not right. That is so wrong. Apostle does not deserve this. There should have been presidents sitting at Apostle's funeral. Look at the funeral. So haphazard. Everybody going around doing their own thing. Somebody was even asking why there is no order of service. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve that. Especially for a man on Nakasakra, Nechi and son of Owunu, he doesn't deserve it. Whatever interest it is that they are looking for or they are pushing, they should know that their father's life he lived and his legacies outweighs those interests. And they should come to it. I mean, we are not saying that if they have their problem and they want to continue to be sworn enemies forever, that is their own issue. But when it comes to anything regarding their father, no, it is so not right.
Now, do you see a chance for this family to organize something better, and even so that the presidency, the chiefs, the kings can attend? Do you think that there's possibility? Because I learned there's one more event that is supposed to be happening.
Yes, in Kumasi, the Kumasi one.
Yeah.
That's what say a year to 2 year. Now saying the to me baby to me 1 week. Now yeah 40 days. Now yeah back be near ye be it me by 1 year, it be way. So there is room for them to make amends if they really want to, and if they really want to protect their father's image and their father's legacies. Why not? They can come together and still put something much better together for their father's name.
My last question, then we move on.
Okay.
How do you see the future of Crystal Asafo Church?
With what we are witnessing, if now Akosua says that he's the leader of the mission, and the leader of the mission comes out to say that there is no funeral going on, so nobody should even bother leaving their homes to even come to the grounds. Then we have some people on the grounds and they have expressed interest and they have told us that they are members of the Crystal Asafo mission. There is division already. And if they don't take care to mend this crack, the crack is not that deep yet.
Yeah.
If they don't take care to mend the crack, Crystal Asafo may be in extinction. Because do you know why? Crystal Asafo is Apostle Kojo Safo, and Apostle Kojo Safo is Crystal Asafo. And people join Crystal Asafo because of Apostle. And I say prophets be who call Asori be because of a particular prophet. What is say we feel Asori no a different church, then you also migrate. So now you become a nomad. Maybe as a prophet no will be an oko. So it means say your interest is not even in the church and a prophet no. Your interest is the person, the human being. Yeah. So when you get to know say we feel Asori na could be bufro and no ye prayers oh baby utushiana wo. So Nimbana also who say Crystal Asafo is Apostle, and Apostle is Crystal Asafo, and people join Crystal Asafo because of Apostle Nyuma Oye, and then one Nyuma Oye, and then the miracles Oye. Many sure those kind of miracles. He's just been elected or appointed or whatever as the head, but the powers that his father wield, which he used in moving the mission, that he's been able to amass these numbers for himself during his lifetime. If his kids do not take care, if his children do not take care,
what are you expecting?
Their membership would deplete.
Okay, Abina, what are you expecting Akofana to do at this time?
He should extend an olive branch. He said he has done that. His sister has denied it. He should put in more effort, because do you know why? After Matthias here, the reason why he say, oh, Bamo be a man, oh, Baba, Quanaman, oh, Bam, you know, obey me and son, those siblings can also. It is true. This is very evident. Now it looks like he's alone in this, and Ajua has more siblings. On one side, no, on siblings, no also. So you can see it's a nipa be brain against nipa back
siblings near saying patrol.
Oh, Ajua siblings. No, I can't tell, but I think they should be around 5 or yes. The last time she was introducing them, I didn't really count, but
5. Not to say,
yes, oh, 2 pill.
Ajua, I can't confirm now.
Ajua, confirm the Ajua.
Na say man is 70 Akofana gina nchen Ajua
6.
Okay, we see 3.
We see 3 oh.
You see,
so they have
power. So say say yaele asorena fani say leader. Any leader there, leader you be a praying kabum. Onkoso, on pray, onkoso. Even if his sister is unwilling, onkoso. For the sake of his father, onkoso. No uncle do extent to be a doing say, oh, I confine there. It shouldn't be mere words. So okaso but ebi okase mukrano oti okasa na ni brufu because ebi ane okase mukrano there a bit of arrogance in your okase. If indeed you have been elected as the leader of this great mission, then he should continue. He shouldn't relent in his efforts to extend an olive branch to his siblings on the other side. And make sure that he gets, if your father in his own wisdom, in his will, has said that I want you to be the head of my paternal family, you should be the head of the family that I have made during my lifetime on this earth, then it is a greater call on you. It is not just the title, it is a call. It is a call to duty, it is a call to service. So he should continue, he should just continue. He should do his best. Whoever he meets, Ajua won a ferry for. Ajua won a ferry for. He should continue. He should go to them, get them to say to his big sister. It's his big sister. Whether your father has made you, my father can tell me that my sister should take care of us, but I can disregard that. Yeah. He cannot come and bind me under it. Do you get it? Yeah. So I think he should just continue. He should just continue extending an olive branch to his brother, and then let's see. Because I had Danya Obeti at a point, Ajua Obeti. So he should just continue. He shouldn't just see himself as the leader and then try to just sit and impose an order and release statements and all that. No. As a leader, no, also no the leadership skills, no. A deity. It shouldn't end with just the title.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Meda was say Abena.
I'll just be here. If there are any issues of legal way, no more here clarification. I'll just
Abena, sister Abena, me who say lawyers no mu gu ahodo. Why are there pa why? Lawyers gu ahodo because on church mu no
you say you have a question, you can climb up. You request and I'll pick you up.
Who say what modern ejinam finfini pa we die me nim obi obetimi akasa wo ye bias me support Ajua but once ma wakan no nchirechire mu yi so wo favorite kra ama wajinam se mranimfo achirechire mama futuo no so mbefa nko ade anka because futu pa na odi ama omo no pamcho so obi wo asem bisaye ma me a omisa
what company for where ya say again now person where because me sure say ebia no nim say okọ catch bibia bibia to di enu ti na ye la fale na se say no o kaso wo mpena ade no
As your okay, send and say, area, of 2 Kenya saying, yes. As I'm not in your kind, you say, me no wakasa, untie.
na nansi a
What
me
you
papa
say?
ni no me na na
Let's just say,
oh I
the way Nana express asem kuwankani miensa. I say, me no wakasa. Nana himself recognizes say, betu na dear, no be di he crans am here, me be say dear so.
yes sir
But you see, it was not about age. It was about the stool. Until the maker say it should be about the honor. It should be about the honor conferred on him. Uncle Swampem. You see, at a point, the egos at play, and you know, Ajua is livid now. And kayebet no, or kasebi etieno, or si ankami wuya anka. Say I expressly gave the order for the shootout. But because these people are his workers, of course, impliedly you can say that they shot on an express order, but impliedly you can say
yeah
you can say no or die. So she's very and my brother crap sank with Jimmy Fiat at so and that is what they have to solve. It is not even about the funeral who has to do the funeral. That is what has to be solved. If Mubasha they left Akosua seat and labeled they put his name on a seat at the funeral. Meaning said they were even expecting him to come in. It's no or your leader, no the uncle pim. Na me say in even Ilevia say me by ya omo kan so omba no omo in the ferry says all by she eventually came back to Ghana. So they should speak to her. She's not like somebody that you can easily run over. His brother into no only the uncle swan make no and a bear dimbond the uncle swan for the sake of their father uncle so.
Pamcho obia misa bibibim.
Baby, I feel kasa.
Me ana na room so.
Oh, okay.
Many two bape.
Ani afi yan kwa yan.
Madam. Yo. Where the mami ode. Bia no mehia nkrofo bia na se omo sere ese nyom no se de osi to no ne ade no na eye me nwanwa se omo kofa no mami ode twa ne ka 400 million 40,000 se omebo odobro ni equity ase ne kodru gomwa na obo equity ane se aye nipa bi ya na ye me nwanwa pa se de ye nyina ye ni mami ode no ukofa na na equity ade obeje nti se de enka so oku nipa ye se wa ma ene ye de Mommy, I tell you to ye mami etimi ye nwom bo na kire se obi ekum obi ne aboye nsoma ma no kwa ekodu baby dia ye amanyame na adwoa ne nua na sem no similar se abusua panyi Kofi Owusu ene ne wo faase mame Brempomaa de bia no de all ha adwene no ono na etwifa ne so me hu se nkrofo chocho se me Brempomaa Akosua anase nko wosika enka abusua panyi ntwim fa ne so asuku a wako ene ne sika enti na watimi atwiafa ne nua bema ne so Ghana mpanyimfo se no munya na tikrom ha enti die yehu no muso hu bi die yete no omuso tibi na nkrofo yese eyi no nipa senko omo ban mepa mo chewo Ghana mpanyimfo ho enta hwehwe ebeba wasem ho no wa fa hye otirim se eyi nagu ye enipa ekoye no esosoro ya abemu ane se Ghana mpanyimfo dodo na anko na apose ye enena abusua panyi gina weso enena emaji na asori magina weso nti na mo expect se akofra ne sister ne kura kabo ma Ghana mpanyimfo beba ne wonkam start se mu ugu mo ho ani mu ase na mo afọ mo ho adwene enti de ombeye ne se wono omniwa inkomasi na de eso mo de ma na mo de ama apase ombeba ho de lalai meni panyi bia lumbe yi nanka wo kobi but na yere adwumanti timliga for yisugu ni kunsu no jaye enti enipa se omukọ opanyi safo yi na omukọ ye obi a mebi panyi bia ma ho enyi bia ma ho se wunya yi na mo anya mo no obehye mu fie ase obehye mu fie na mo de breye social media for na etekisa eye negu ya ne beba me de no ato ho ebiem akofra share date 6 or 25th June eye na amaso adwa date a o share ene baaso wo mo se papa o ye 2022 se akofra sinanai yaji atum 2024 agisi obi a o wa sorry ni mu a wa ye na dwen se onka nokre papa no abedwom etu akofra de so otu na de so no
Mami Esther, just a little clarification.
okay
Real no in Christus affirmation. The will only said say a confidant should be the head of his paternal family. Into say onu ne busia wa be ye wasase so ne mba wa wo mo no. Enyo mu penny. But real no was silent on the leader of Christus affirmation. The will did not elect a leader.
Mami nyame show
Akofina should be the lead of his paternal family that he has made on earth. That is the wedding of the will.
mama nyame show pa adwa aka wo Kwame Nkrumah tikesi platform so na Sadiq Adams Obama o say dia wo will ni mu nya no de ohun so maye o madwi so mbedi tro no mu ni tro ne sa Nti ya me de se na obeka ne fie a ama obia tibie wo de oni tibie wo de oni baabia nti obia tibie because almost sofo back was so be head pastor ebe gina ha be ka se papa ne will no osi akofra na eni na ade wo aso onsi na nan wa asori ni trel nti se
No, but
akofra
that's one now can say the obeka and say no yen nyina ye kan senye sanete.
mo kasa na me mesi fom
Wo ka why can say
ahofe sofo ahofe
They be our friend can say that.
ahofe se wo will nim ai na me gina so ne yi so na me di si fom ifom
I think
ahofe kan
I can say wo nim say on your head of the family. Na afi so no. And the pa said it. Oh, okay.
ne yi so o kama me ne yi so e na me de me di si fom so me na say na me nim de wo will nim tina me gida me bisa ne say se papa no kra ka sa wo will nimu a once a lawyer no akodi akofra echi no e ma ye hu se papa
I think the war was saying something about the three FNSA. The man, the three sons.
na chinchina omudi shemu say papa say ono na nhwento
But I mean, as the war says, they should select one of his the sons.
No, the role only bad his female ma any omuyemu wa want to aso from ever becoming a kind of saying leader of the mission. But even that one, the church is a registered church and they have the constitution of that church supersedes anything that anybody puts in their role regarding that church. The constitution will override anything. Override anything. Because I saw in your one man church. Sorry, I register this. And they have their own constitution. So the constitution of the church will override any. If the constitution says that the elders must meet and appoint, he has told them who those appointments should be, and it is even captured in the constitution. But he addressed them in the role. They can never ever be nominated or elected as leaders of Christians. There is a whole issue of legality around it. There is something in law that we call the dead hand control. The law does not have somewhere to sit somewhere and then control the living. So if you're friend the principle of perpetuity, yes, the principle against perpetuity. So you, the dead man, you can't control. You control to a certain point. So for you to say in woman man I want to aswa ku see ewie ya de imanu ntimi ma ho kwan sa say obi a wewu fam baby no oba be control the living. The Lord does not allow you to the will. The will did not really touch issues of Christ's affirmation. That is a preserve of their constitution. He gave study of his body. Okay.
Mr. Question, sir. I the man is submission. In the man is submission, Pastor. I've been a man is submission.
Point here.
Onkoi, yes,
Pacha adwuma ai platform run e ka say nti de ono beka ka nti de make ese asem no ye ka bi nyina no dodo no se nye se ne yenya lawyer pa beka bia amayate a nti me mama bisa sofo ahofe se nti ono pastor na ye nyina ye nim akofra se de otie yi eye na homeka se sorry kesie yi ano asori a menkobi ba menim se omoje honhom nsem di ena obeyi ano ye oha no omaye me beti ase se papa ne de asori no ahye ne nsa nti me de ho asi adwoa menim no nyese madam funu no o but metega na ha menim adwoa no owo ne principles bi a wode nam Ghana sia emso osua free ni papa ne ho enya na koma na edin eye emso wonim sa oye ne den ubetwa ne tikura saa ne ubegina so eye tintintin ko wi ase ko si sei se besense Ghana fokom oye NPP ni all right enu ohun ni semfa so bi eni so and sa e-levy no na yeso makọ cabinet meeting organizer maami kejemfo aka nti metumi aka also omo cabinet meeting Emma even Dr. Bawumia was against it. Bawumia was against it. Ti adwoa no ohun se enya depa. Enu nti no ye na sem twan saa no. Ena ni nua no. Enye oba na ye yi no. Abusua bia ni mu asem o. Makase mimi fie yi ba ma na eye. Emema no diska mo mpro mekwa wonye skadia mo om se omfanye ntotoye no. Obehwe enti se fie saa no. Na se obeka kire ye se mma kukoni aden na yi aba na emma na ya me ye frɛ om so obi ewu om be frɛ ma. Enti fie bia ni mu asem. Adwoa ni apostle afo no motai na chi ena papa abusua no so tan akofra chi se ye de ba mamre mu a ye ya santifo eye na abusua ene de ka ho bi ayesre ena papa na abusua ne pese wo moje ekọ omukuru mu no anamo a omutu ye no akofra ntu ba akokra dwato omode call menhia dwato omode fa ha dwato omode sene ha emu bia ni ho anakofra ka ho ena na nyesa nuafo no nyesa no omo konso omo nkra no no omo kra no onkobi nti mu ye ena adwa ye oba no senka omani nua ne ya na senka abu se wonim pa se obeji ade na kose no a unhwe ne sa wonyin kose no no wonim ti se ayi lumba die nipa dodo na mpanyimfo lumba na mfofo nyina ehu se ye de maame Brempomaa oni jollof fo omo kose no de bia so eba ne saa gisa wo yiri wukom wo de mi ani watem me yenka de ebeka se ye pepe ye na opese wo ye dia ese wo na wo de ye adwoa enye de ye ne fente beka so ba akukọ nini ose mo misa menua ne se no mi wia ya na time mo papa no ebeje mu no a osoma se omomfre me no ye mfre Israel sansem ni nyina mu misa enne obi betimi aye odoba subinti onya odoba ankusi awiye hihye no a adwoa se minna minnim de me papa ne me ka ye opanyi safo ewom se ye nni na but yenim say ne nyema nyina ye wone ne mane asori papa yi na bra bo obebo ye no eye ne na sori ma nipa na sori ma de me tie ye bia na nye correct yes dodo na bakan omo de to papa no na me gidi say papa no okura bibi ena odi free esoro baaye but ma adwin mu ode ne ho toto ye no ena me ma adwin hu say because me believe ne kire say obi ni nyame nche ahinie Kumasi ne osofu bi a ne friend judgment day Bible from Genesis kosi last end on share Bible mu obeka ne nyina ntine friend quotation master no timi kum wakra mani ya gani no apatrapa kwan ne so okum wakra ni hye cement so na nipa be gina hwa 3 days no kra watu kwan obeba be tutu fuma se owu ya sorry na gu na mama eka se o ma register ne ho niema bebre eye no kra iwu a wawu no menyi ni se asori ni betimi aye Kristo asafo den no ebia enwu kra se de gina ne naso pa no a Kristo asafo mission o se ho ahwan ne de ebe kofom because
nko bet ma jano asori ni
papa misro asama abeto social media so na obi ekabi omo mpese ebeka bi anka o ma mfa ama asori no panyimfo ni bi ebi gina adwoachi ebi gina akofrachi asenke yesa enti enya abasei no ebeye dai ena o matimi ahyehye ne yoma omo ne wo adwoa ho enti enura omo bai ebe keka omo nsem gu frame mu a ena bi nso wo akofra ho omo kansem wo mframe mu a omo kabo mukura beti se sebi na ntwibini eni wese na ase pacha ese no baby eda no wamfa ntoa ifrito eye dai ena asori a constitution wom is wo baby na ye penye timika se mede me be di made so intimi se asofo aka ekire no omo mfa we enya asuade sorry ye honhom asori de nka ye gyae ma honhom no afa de opeso ofa bikura de nya sofo ba enya founder ba obi a ono soso honhom na apɛ no na wafa no na wabe ba ne sa na ekɔ nanim ne se ko ba se eyame na mate ma sorry enne wo de ba ye nsori a asofo ni be o ma dwen yan se daachi no mu de o machi eja o mu ma no se nyame na afre nkwale se bible school no mu te no a me ba ye ya sorry so tete no a na asofudie eye wo frɛ na enye sua no na edwaman sa time no se me Pentecost aye kui se ya sofo ni konkurase so mo koye ensenkyereni a na esi no ena dodo na ntimi isi because nipa ne hwese wa wie school na adwuma ni hope pawam no abeye sofo ena me Pentecost onya obi a wako school onya educated a onya sofo de obetimi aye dikin ne eda ni dikres wako school dia obetimi aye pastor enti so obi enko school na nyame epeso ofre na Pentecost nyame frɛ wa enyeyi because one go school so enti ye nyina yamfa de asi enya adesua ko Israel maame aka ma say mate se will ni mu no enimu se wona hwa asori ne so ono na busua no ya atum enti se munnim se papa nka se di asori no so a o pre akwai se papa nkai ya wan hwe ye be ha wo me nkobi ba mo papa mi sona obeto mi wasante achiba gogo no mi hu so otumi baby onyande enti se wonfa wonsi ya a man crofobia selfish interest empiapiawo emfa wo nkosi baabi ma ne me hawadwene momantia se asofo no omo ye mpaebofo a omo mompaye sa ekwa mbefa so ebeboa ama de obedie no onya haw se de eto ada ho ma me lawyer say o papa nim se dinade e wa asorim so ede ene me ma e na de be na asole for mama mbei debi
Pacho, metima kasa. Sa.
Pastor, no question ma.
e pa cho mate
Epi constitution ne kai o. Say e pene say omuntu su e ka ne say e ma ne me. What I said was pata. Nti ne say all ankakwa there is a constitution e kasa. Why?
okay yes
Pastor,
boss
question answer
yes
me be
boss
ma sister bina. Ba na uka
okay
side dem be ma.
okay
Say I'm sorry no a registered church. Na enye one man church. Adentia papa oyi afina say undi lenim abra constitution wo.
betting me you are no
Oh yes, our trances no. Ne omonyanye sorry constitution enti se uti omo a uti all the narrations there. Ya wo no na washa ase ka se ono bedi na dio. The church had no constitution as that then. But then when the church, then they put inside say Nimba Mema 3 no say akunjano ta the elders of the church should go through the and elect whoever they think that is proper to fit in his state. So the lawyer has made us understand that we have gone through all those processes, and that is what led to the coronation of Akonfina that very fatal day. Necessary to a PM one So for them, they have gone through the constitutional provisions and what it is, and that is what they did that day.
oh okay
So
ene me pa mo chawo DJ Manchen so ye tu na bai
So, me kasa kakra.
But more question no.
ba so me
and sister bina.
Aye, Madam Abena.
Me but Cesaro so question no na the man on back. Better
Madam Abena, yes, some qualification be mammy. Oh yes, Madam Abena.
okay, Bisana.
But good evening. My question is per what the attitude in say Papa can say oh na ye want to ye ni bibia no ne ba is on share onto to some sign nyina and aya times no so obi wu say ya ebia ye see ni pena ye bibia na aya times ni ye kind of way nti me question say ho no or draft we no with papa no anka tam na papa no wu lawyer no betumi akase no you ntumi ready wo ni nyina but there's a session papa no chance no can the way owu a yensi ya because at times remember say bia say you can won later on ankasa tam kwampo na ke hu sa de no nti ho no the lawyer to be na say duty bi obetumi akase no you ntumi ready wo ni nyina but mba no chance no say no ne me kan concern so owu a nti ho no pese bia mremu no a cheche mu say lawyer no anka obetumi atrega sa point na anka say ka bia de esi area ho na say de esi na anka bia na ntumi ama na obi otiato no sisi na owu a yenye nsi nti sa yen hu sa de naka ono naka ede anka bia ni wu achi na later one ebe de ebe hu bisa se bia so be tiase na so ka so me wu a yensie mo ha se nipa wo no hwe me ye won totie na se nipa no wu a ntempa na lawyer no wa so with my aka so nipa no se no kan yo but yen ready wo ni nyina but session we no kan nti yen hwe na yen ni so me question no.
Okay, will takes effect right from the day you die. Your will takes effect. Timer, Obeka say, you be reading in 3 months, you be reading after months, you be reading after 1 year, you be reading after whatever. When you die, your will. So, and you can't also say that you are coming to read portions of a will and then defer the other. We don't do that. When you are reading the will, you take the will as a whole. So sometimes they are in some but sometimes people don't even know that there is a high court to go and search and all that. And then some knows that there is a will because probably the lawyer that drafted is still there. We share will anymore. Madame Fubi and then Kofi Safo. That's the lawyer of the church. He's part of the executors. You can't say executor. Mona was some share and make sure say near Odiamo Bia or Bia or Nimno Bia and Sabe Kamona Mobedi and Nimakwaji probate. Have vested all the properties in all the beneficiary mentioned. The Kofi Safo guy, our lawyer, he's part of the two in the will. So of course, if you've heard him, he had bloggers be interviewing or say, but firm honoman, but 2 seniors be one the seniors new year. So he has knowledge of the man's will. He has knowledge of the man that is contained therein. He has knowledge of it. Most especially because he's even a named executor in the will. And they are supposed to see to the administration of the will. So he's an executor. In
this case, did he sleep on his job and answer because nipa na where you na we executor at say so no.
He didn't sleep on his job. I Apostle we 1 year my Anna.
But your 1 year my
okay. Issues of Neuroba app say Apostle had a valid will in place. No. I think none mano nane omoye omunyoma. So I think fusions ebimu say my yankan obimu say yankan until they came to agreement. Say okay yankan. And I yekofa bi eni yekokan. So I don't think the lawyer slept on his job. There were seeming confusions that needed to be say a best one. And all those things has overshadowed the beauty of everything. But the lawyer has not slept on his job. Even the children themselves to apply to see if portions of it was deposited there. And then they are again in the court to go and read it. Ordinarily, you don't even need to go to court to go and read the will. You can read the will at home. And if anybody has any issues, on scene. But confusion in your mind, eventually they have to go to court to go and read the will. So it is about let's lay the blame solely on the doorsteps of the family, the kids, and then the church.
Stop. I have a quick question for you. Only one question.
Me pacho, Anna, lawyers niso bika se di enti aya. Ye ni wie ana 1 year ne say. Ebi ana well ne di ewo mu no. Si e read it before yes ebi nko.
The confusions no also by him expressly narrate how they are feeling. And if you want to wait for burial before you read it, I to defeat that purpose. Because see, the wish of the dead man must be honored. Beyond legality, let's look at the spiritual aspect of it. Those times, near can say, samanso, brofumi position. Nipane done the dead bed, so nim so kwa no wa yen in samanso wa kan oral. Say. carry in our African setting, a dead man's wish carries weight. Let's even put the legal issues aside. A dead man's wish carries, even in the issues of spirituality. So it's important that a dead man's wish be honored. Even the law honors a dead man. There are issues of criminality. Then we will throw that portion of the rule aside. But if there are no vitiating factors, if there are no issues, it be followed through and through. It is important. It is important.
A welcome contest, right?
Caveat, especially when you think that the rule is not valid, or you think that some people just want to sit somewhere and put it together, or you think that maybe some portions you have issues, you can caveat. When you caveat, you go to court, you lead evidence.
My last question, Pacho. In this case, executor, no, the lawyer can stand say, obedient say, there were women, sa pepe na ebe no.
Yeah, you can't will we are. The role must be admitted into probate. You admit it into probate. Yeah, and Rebecca said, now you can start. Like say, the man worry on the but see, and he admitted we into probate here. They say the portions of the role for interpretation.